Hello and welcome to another episode of Revit MEP by BIM Technologies. So in this video we are going to learn about how to add or load equipment families in Revit. But before that, make sure that you have the correct template, that is an electrical template over here, and you are at the floor plan of the zero power. So here we have the electrical equipment. If you click on the electrical equipment, you can place electrical equipment such as panels and switch gears. So if you click this tool, the modify place equipment contextual tab will be displayed. By default you have got different kinds of electrical equipment that you have. So you can have a 15 kVA transformer over here, and now based on that, if you place this particular transformer here, so this particular transformer will be showing different points of conduits. So we will be learning about how we can set the transformer. Similarly, you have got different other appliances that you can do. You can load family and see that how the electrical equipment can be loaded. So here we are at the load family dialog box, and in the load family dialog box we have got a folder called electrical equipment. So you go with the electrical option, and here we have got information and communication, and these are various kinds of folders that you have. The building control folder, you have got different kinds of building control system, but here we are talking about the mechanical or electrical equipments. So in the MEP folder we have got the electrical power option, and then we have got the distribution option. Now let's understand about the various electrical equipment that we can add. So one of them is the electrical utility switchboard. We have a transformer switchboard, then we have the distribution for the junction boxes, distribution board, and I select the sub main distribution board. So I select them and load it into my project. Some of them are free hosted and some of them are hosted in floor or in ceiling or in wall. Are not category of electrical equipment. So maybe some of the categories may not be. Let's say if I go with the utility switchboard, so I can directly load it over here. So important part is some of the families may not be of the electrical equipment category. So let's say if I go with the metering switchboard, I can have a metering switchboard over here. It can be an electrical equipment category. So then if I want to go with, let's say, the terminals that I am talking about, let's say for the generation and transformation, so I have got a dry transformer, you have got a generator, you have got a wet type transformer and an AC drive. So I can load them over here from the load family, and then if I want to get this back into the system, let's say if I want to have a wet transformer, I click on the wet on the screen, and then let's say other things that I wanted to have a generator. So I can have a generator. I have pressed the space key. So if I wanted to have a variable frequency AC drive, so now here the option is place on face and place on vertical place. I'm placing it on work plane, so I put it over here because I don't have a face over here. So I'm just seeing the 3D view over here. I can see the various equipments that has been placed. Now talking about, let's say, one by one. So you have this metering switchboard here, and then you have got options over here like the electrical engineering parameters. You can get the notes for the schedules for the whenever it is in the schedule, and then the circuit number, the total connected current, everything will be based upon how the circuit is connected to the various panels. And then you have the electrical circuiting, MCB rating, feed, circuit naming. Everything is basically depending upon what exactly your design standards are. So you can select it right away. If you don't have anything, you can type it down. And the distribution system, so you can add the distribution system. There's the primary distribution system and the circuit numbering option. You can continue numbering it. So this is way you say. Now let's say if I go with this particular wet type transformer, again you have this electrical engineering parameters here, then you have the schedule notes, and apart from that, if you go to the edit type here and you will look into it, the primary voltage and transformer width. Now the most important part is to look into it, how the families are created. So let's take an example of the transformer. So if I go to the edit family over here, I would see that there are various electrical connectors that is defined over here. So here in this particular model, you can see that I'm into the family editor, and there is a connector here. This connector is basically a power connector, which is a power factor lagging, and apparent load is not given over here. Similarly, the connectors that you have here is the conduit surface connector. That means these connectors will be placed on the faces from where the conduits are taken up. So this is something that, if you go with another, let's say, switchboard, you see that we have a switchboard voltage given over here, the switchboard height and other thing, and the load classification is power. Then you can create panel schedule directly. You can use default template, and a panel schedule for this particular switchboard will be created, and depending upon the load, the panel schedule will be seen. So here we have this different kind of equipments and if you click on any one of this face over here, you can see that there are different connectors showing different kinds. So you have this the connector over here. If you want to see what type of connectors, go to the edit family, and you would see that this is a diesel generator. This is a generator that we have, and here we have the connector that is a rectangular connector element, and it shows that it is again of the exhaust air, right? And then you have the connector over here. This is a connector which shows about the exhaust air. This is an electrical connector that we have, the power balance. So you have got different kind, and then if you want to add the conduit to the connector, so you can go to the model itself. So any connectors, so you have got panels, so you can see that there are various, so you can draw conduit from the face, and then you can add the conduit from this. You can finish connection, and you can see that the conduits can be added. So in the next videos we'll be seeing how the conduits can be added to the face, but this is an example of how the different. And then if you want to have lighting panels, so for the lighting panels, panel boards, you can go to the power plan again go to the systems, and you have this electrical equipment. You can go with the load family. Let's go to the family of the lighting appliances. So you have this terminals over here, then you have got different terminals here. So for the appliances, the MLOs, so you can go to the generation, and here and the distribution, you can have the lighting appliances panel board over here, and the junction box. Okay, junction box is an electrical fixture. So you'll see the categories, what categories do these objects basically fall into it. Now if you have this, let's say, place on the work plane, so you have the the panel board is placed. So you can see in the 3D view the panel board is placed over here, and if you go with the edit family, and if you look into the family, the category to which these entities belong is basically the electrical equipment, and the part type is panel board. Similarly, if I select the different kind other models over here, we will see different part types are there for the families. Let's say if I go with the edit family here, and if I look into the part type of the categories, so you have the categories, it is also the panel board. So you have equipment switchboard, and so on. So there are different kinds of methods by which these families can be created while you are working in a Revit MEP project. Thank you for watching this video. In the next video we will learn how to add switches and conduits and create some circuits in the electrical model.